Alright, so today I'm torturing myself with a skill page tier list, the first I've ever done. Bit scary, I'm not gonna lie, because I have to get through all of these skill pages and explain them. And I don't remember all of them, but I just like checked over it for like 30 minutes to make sure that the tiers were good. And I went over with my Canadian guild, and we are quite the sweat. So we've got a bunch of tiers that I'm gonna explain. First of all, I'm gonna put it in the comments, the like explanation for everything, because I know you guys probably skipped to the end. But the SS is really like the best of the best, right? So in total, I have what, 8, I think, skill pages that are there out of this whole list. So SS on everyone means that it's good on literally everyone in the game, including the unique mage. But then SS on unique mage means that it is only good or just like if I say everyone, or I should put everyone. Let me just change that. Not anyone, so everyone. So for the ones that say everyone, it's good on everyone, including the unique character. So like the character, let's say if I say Lotus, it would be good on everyone plus Lotus. But if I say Lotus is SS on unique mage, it means it's only good on Lotus himself, right? Because of course you get buffs for or you get bonuses when you put a unique skill page on them. Now the max dupe is obviously, it has to be max dupe. I only consider it for limited times that I could include it in this tier. So any seasonals plus Julius, because he is a limited time pickup. But for someone like for any SR, obviously they could be anywhere, and I am expecting it to be max dupe. And same for, like, let's say Mars's, right? Because you are able to get him on every single banner. You are able to choose his skill page once a month, right? And then for all of these, right on the bottom, well, you could get them from Memory Hall. You could also choose them. You could get them from the banners. And also, there was something else I feel like I was going to say, but I forgot. So anyway, you could get them in many ways. So I really only count at zero dupes the limited time ones. For everything else, I usually count them if need be at max dupes, but seasonal skill pages are usually the only ones with restrictions. So we're going to start at the top and then slowly go down. I'm going to give my explanations for everything, give the good points, and then probably as we slowly go down, give the worst points. So I'd say A is still a pretty good skill page, right? But there's definitely better. I'd say, like, if someone has a unique in A, then you'd probably want to go on S for everyone, right? Instead, that's how I kind of view it. So let's start 235. We're starting. All right, so we're going to have to find all of them. At first, it's going to be very difficult, but I want to start with Julius. So what it does is it's just giving all attack to the highest degree at max dupes. But besides that, it's making Julius insane to where he is going to be able to reduce the stamina of the targeted enemy to 0. So basically disabling them, and then you could reduce everyone else's stamina by 60% chance. So it's very good. All attack plus also really good for Julius. So it's good on everyone, right? It's amazing for him and on everyone else because it's the highest all attack multiplier if you get it up. Okay? Everything starts at 10, like Fauna's and the purple destruction one, but his goes an extra 5% at max dupe. Now the next one is actually the event skill page. This event skill page, if you put it on someone and there's already a debuff activated and you attack the person with a debuff, they get a guaranteed taunt. Getting a guaranteed taunt is just like really good, really good. And besides that, I'm pretty sure it also gives damage resistance, so it's just extra. And of course, you'd have this max dupe because it was a free skill page that you were able to grind. Then Asta's, the main point is that it gives crit damage. And the crit damage just guaranteed is just insane, guys, especially for just considering that you're able to get crit rate up to 100%. And then your crit rate gets further increased when you're type advantage. And then there's people like Kyato who get guaranteed crit rate. So there's many ways to just crit guaranteed. So getting the crit damage is just an insane one. And I think it's going to be timeless. Timeless, guys. Timeless. Now, next up, we've got, where is it? Mars. It's going to get easier with me doing more of them. But Mars, okay. Mars is very good for 2 reasons. It's good on him specifically because he gets increased defense on the skill 1, which means you could infinitely increase defense if you have the skill page, but it gives up to 32% damage reduction. And if you ever use like a William ult, you're going to see that damage reduction really does count. And on any defender, right, it's just insane. It really is insane. So that is definitely something for you guys to consider. For defenders, I would say that having this skill page on any of them is just really good. Now going on to the unique mage, this Charlotte skill page Where is it? Charlotte, come on. This Charlotte skill page is very good because what it applies is, okay, on the skill 2, you're basically giving yourself a crit block. So you keep the same amount of all attack, but you got to consider if you use this turn 1, the total defense makes it so everything is counting as blocked, which means you're not getting crit. So you're giving yourself an attack buff plus a not like crit block buff basically. So it's giving these two things together. I'm sure you could get recover skill points, but the main part is that you get the total defense, which you'll see Charlotte using the skill 2 first usually because of the fact that it stops crits total defense. So to me, that's definitely a reason to use it. Now I'm gonna put in Charmies. Charmies is very good. Even at 0 dupes, it could be very good, but it's SS and max dupe. The reason being, it goes up to a 100% chance to recover 100% of your HP if there's a burn. And if you're going to have this, there's usually going to be burns already, right? So you attack someone and then you get healed full HP. And considering that she's an immortality unit, it's really good because she could be at 1% HP and then go back up to 100 if you just hit someone with a burn the turn after. But what it also does is that if there's the pumpkin pie on them, which is the effect that is on the ultimate that you get, it's a guarantee to them. It's just a really good skill page, right? Getting that guaranteed heal is insane. Plus, also, the pumpkin pie guaranteed stuns are just like... It's probably like... That passive alone is just insane to me. I really do like it. Now, this one also is more so definitely max dupes, I would say. Now, what it does is that when you take damage... It's a 100% chance at max dupes to reduce everyone's SP by 1. And if this could stack like 3-4 times, then they're just fucked. And it also puts block HP recovery, which you can never go wrong with. So the things that it adds here is just insane. Like, you could, if you get attacked 3 times, that's -3 skill points on everyone. And then they can't use their ults. So to me, that's really good. Or delays their ults. Even combos, like if you're... getting hit multiple times. So to me, yeah, no, this skill page at max dupes is insane. And if you put it on like 2 units, just imagine if someone AoEs, that's immediately 2 skill points off. So to me, it's insane. Now, this Fuego one's going to get more and more value with time at max dupe. And why is that? Let's talk about it. So at 0 dupes, it starts off with that there's a 10% chance to get a increased damage per burn. Now, also adds a burn that randomly applies, but we're going to talk about this. So, at max dupes, it becomes a 100% chance to get a 25% increased damage per burn. Charmy could apply if she takes off the pumpkin pie effect, and it's her turn, 10 burns on the enemies. 10, let me see, that's 250% increased damage. It could be more too, So, just imagine that. You're getting a 250% damage increase at max dupes with this skill page. So to me, like 250%, hello, like what the fuck? Okay, so you know that's definitely something. Now I'm just gonna quickly explain these two. They give all attack increase, which is like just universally good, goes up from 10 to 20%, and you could easily get this max dupes, especially because memory hall could give you many. So yeah, no, getting up to 20% all attack increase. Both magic attack and attack is, to me, a very good one. Now, this liched one is mainly, where is it? Liched. It's because it gives attack and crit rate, which are 2 very good stats. Not good for everyone, like it's not good for Kyoto, but any other attacking unit, like Asta, or Lich himself, right? Not Lich, sorry. Asta, Raya too. Raya could definitely work. And any future attackers, I'd say, is going to be very good. But just the crit rate itself, it gives an outright flat crit rate. And it does add a bit to Lich. I believe it's penetration. It's buff block, my bad. So it's the buff block part. So that, to me, you know, pretty decent. But it's, like, quite good on everyone. I'd say getting attack and crit rate for everyone is nice. Now, Rills... it's obviously going to be a pretty decent option for debuffers, as it's going to give a chance to reduce their defense. So, you know, that's pretty good. I mean, that's basically why I usually use it in some of my runs. But I'd say that this one, the event skill page is probably better. But like the real one is honestly really good. And same with Sally's for supporters. I'd say it's kind of like the same thing where Reels reduces defense, ours increases the attack. So what it is that it applies all attack when you use the skill 2 to the person with the highest attack. I mean, getting 10% all attack just like that is like, hey, for using a skill 2. And especially because skill 2 is usually, like for Ghost or Charlotte, it's the one that has the attack on it. So you could apply this, and then it's going to be an extra 10% all attack. So, you know, that's just a really good buff to have. I mean, I like using it personally. Now, this one just increased damage. I mean, it's just universally good. Same thing with this. It's just increased crit rate. Where is it? Then this one is good for any HP healer, in where it's going to be giving HP up to 30%, I believe. Let me just make sure. I think it's HP up to 30%. Oh, let me filter by that. It should be 10 to 20. So 10 to 20 is very good. Then last off for the everyone S is this one. And the reason why is because any like raid boss or like guild boss, right? You put that on. And what it's going to be doing is making increased damage for the boss. So like when it's against the boss, that is a very good one. Now, Lotus is good because when you have this on, it's going to be applying the concentrated attack. I believe it's the concentrated attack part. Yeah, so basically guarantees crits for one turn, which is very good. Now for Charlotte's, it's going to be increasing the amount of defense reduction and also giving your crit resistance lower. So like it's 2 debuffs increased, right? So one is going to be 10% extra defense reduction on everyone. And the other part is that there's a chance to apply 10% up to 20% crit resistance, which means you have a higher chance to crit, which is very, very good for bosses. I mean, she's more of a boss unit, but like she does her job well for that part. Now with it applies damage resistance on his skill 2, which means you're getting a bunch of increased defense for everyone on skill 2, plus also damage resistance. So it's like a nice little combo together. Now Langris's, what it does on him is that if there's already a, I'm pretty sure it's an HP recovery block, it's going to be giving him 20 up to 40% increased damage if you're attacking. So you could easily get it in time because of how quick he is and how quick he gets his ult. You could be attacking again with almost 40% damage increase if you got multiple dupes of it. Now Yuno's is pretty good because I mean, I would say like it's more useful max dupe, but even at 0 dupes, it basically reduces the SP up by 1 AoE on the what's it called on the skill 2, and it's an AoE. But then also it's going to increase his skill points on the passive part, the universal passive part of it, which is going to be good because his main part of his kit is the ultimate. So I'd say that trying to spam ultimate with it is good. Now Mimosa's, I was going to put it in A or even C, or whoa, B, C. Oh my god, I was going to put it in like A or B, but it increases the the buff extension by 1 turn, and this for like just PvE content is insane. Getting the buff extended by another turn, I really do like, and then having a chance to remove debuffs is still okay. But to me, it's really that like getting that extra buff turn, it could be huge. Y'all don't understand how big 1 turn is in this game, so I would say that just that alone on her alone is good. Now Finral's is pretty good because of the fact that what it adds, where is it? What it adds is hello, where is he? Oh, right here, sorry. What it adds is that there's a 60% chance to increase an ally's stamina by 15%. Stamina increased by 15% is just insane to me. I mean, it's just really good, and then you could also increase your own stamina on the passive, so like it's just pretty good. I like it. I do like it a lot. So now we're moving on to the more very mediocre parts. So Vanessa, I put it here because it gives her, oh wait, no, that's too early. My bad. So, Theresia, and I'll also put Sister Lily, which they both increase the HP, the amount of HP that they heal for the whole team. Because it's not the amount that received, where's Sister Lily? It's not the amount received, it's just the amount healed, right? So that's just how it is. And then Charmy, in a similar fashion, is increasing HP, which is good for Charmy and Kohono units who who heal by using HP. Now, Gorks is a smaller version of the all attacks that we have on top in S and on SS, to where it's going to increase in a max of 10%, which is still very good. And if anything, it's literally the same amount if you have 0 dupes in the SSR ones to max dupe on Gork, and he's a rare, so you know that's definitely something. And then I like putting these two in together because of the fact that if we go to attacking SSR, this one is basically depending on your max HP, or depending on your HP, it's going to increase your all attack by 15 up to 30%. So if you use this turn 1 and you haven't taken damage, this could be a 30% all attack increase and max dupes, or even 15%, which is very strong. And similarly for his, if he's above 50% HP, this one is just really good. 12 up to 24% damage increase is just nice. And I mean, I wouldn't say it's S because these are for sure better and less dependent on you being high HP. But these are still very good ones for turn 1. And if you play with barriers, I'd say these could be up to S for sure. Yeah, that's what I have to say on it. I think you could argue for S on those. Same thing with this one, but I do think that the Mars one just kind of trumps it in every way. But I mean, let me just reread it. But getting the increased defense plus increased healing is pretty nice. I just think that damage reduction is a lot better than just getting the outright increased defense. But I could definitely, most definitely see the uses for it. Then last of all, Yami's is pretty good, but because it's every ally turn, you have to build up the crit rate. And I don't really like that. And it's not exactly enough at 0 dupes for me to consider it good. Because you can stack it up to 5 times, which means it's either 12.5% or 22.5, which is still, it's decent, but it's just, it's pretty good. Like, it's pretty good, but it's like I'd almost rather use solids because of the fact that you just get it right away, which is always better. Like just getting an outright buff right away, and it's up to 15%, which is higher than Yami with 0 dupes. So that's the way I see it. Now, going into unique mages, Vanessa's what it does is it gives her a two-turn debuff block on skill 2, which is the main only part that I'd say is pretty good for her. Then Jack, as you know, I've already covered it multiple times, I'd say. That basically, if you have 3 stacks of his like special buff that you get from either passives or from skill 2, he does a 500% attack and magic attack, extra additional attack on the 3rd hit. But the thing is, it sometimes doesn't do that much. In general, he doesn't do much, so I don't say it's that good. Now, him, what it does is it could give him immortality, but I'd say it's too situational. But he can also heal when he removes debuffs on his skill 2, so it's pretty good. Then Voltos I like it on mainly only him because of the fact that it gives him the increased accuracy on the skill 2, which is going to make people get a pretty much guaranteed taunt. Sorry, not taunt, like guaranteed crit. And then also, it's just obviously going to give him the extra stamina afterwards, so I'd say it's pretty decent. And then Cojones, I forgot why I even had it in A and not lower, so let me just double check. Okay, yeah, it was because you could dispel debuffs of all allies twice. Like, to me, this is insane. Like, being able to dispel debuffs, like, it's definitely a reason to use it. I would say that, like, especially, like, because you'll use this turn 1, it's probably going to be when most debuffs are going to be applied because of Lotus, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So being able to dispel 2 debuffs from everyone, insane. So now we're getting on to B and C, which is the bulk of like the biggest tiers. Like at least C is the biggest tier. But so far it's like pretty balanced overall. I mean, yeah, I think I have everything. Oh yeah, we're good. So starting off Mimosa, it could be good for healers, but it's very situational and it's only good on Mimosa. I think it's only Mimosa that's a magic attack healer. But it could give up to 18% magic attack when using only skill 2. So that's the thing. It's only skill 2, not ultimate. So, you know. But it's still pretty good. Now, actually, you know what? We're going to put it on everyone. Because the thing is, skill 2 is the only thing you really need to get the extra magic attack from Mimosa. Because of the fact that on the ultimate, you're already healing enough. At least with these seasonal Mimosa. So, I'm going to put it up here. Because you're getting a max heal either way. Sorry, let me just kind of go on a little tangent. But you are healing enough with this. Like 180% of her magic attack, if you build it right, is good. But this 120 could definitely be worked on. So getting that extra magic attack on the skill 2 could definitely be worthwhile to me. It's nothing crazy, but yeah, it could be up here. I'd say that it would go here technically because it's on a Mimosa. But I would say like either way, on Unique Mage, it could be A. For sure. Now, Seke's increases defense and HP E. I don't remember. It's defense and what? Yeah, just max HP. Okay, like overall, just pretty good, decent tanking, but like there's better, right? There's better. So that's it. Charmies, I was like considering putting it lower, but getting the crit damage resistance level 3 is pretty good, and like could stop some very unfortunate situations. So I'd say it's just a worse version than Charlotte's, but it is what it is. That's why it's all the way down in B. Now his could give a status immunity block for 1 turn, which stops stuns. But except for that, it's pretty worthless, and the passive itself just heals, so I don't really like it. This has a chance to give 1 extra skill point, but it's not the best. And it doesn't add too much on the unique part. It removes 1 debuffs and then increases damage by 15%, but I don't... It's a bit too situational and a bit too timing-wise that I wouldn't really say it. Now this gives her barrier on the passive and then could heal if they already have a barrier, which means it's only good if you run her with like another barrier because you use it on the skill 2. Like you get the healing on the skill 2 if there's another barrier, which means there has to be a barrier beforehand, which means there has to be another person applying a barrier for this healing to even come into play. So it's quite useless. Now this one could give a 1-turn status immunity block, which is good. And this one I forgot, so let's go check it out together. It basically, okay, this is, I put it in B because there's situations where it can be good, but nothing too crazy to where 12 up to 24% increased damage when the enemy has a barrier, and there's many barriers in the game. Kohono, Noel, Radis, three of the big ones, and three of the only barriers that we really need. So, you know, it's kind of how it is, right? Then I'm pretty sure we're moving on to C tier, which is the rest, so... Well, I'll just put it. And Klaus is there because he's there, right? I can't remove him, so it is what it is. But I'll explain one by one. We'll start with the unique skill pages. I'd rather do it like this. I just rather have the non-unique ones at the end, so we'll put them there. Okay, all that's good, all that's good, all that's good. All that is good. Okay, so Ghost, it's pretty bad. It just removes DLTs or gives DLT blocking, so I don't really like it. Vetos, it adds that he gets a barrier, but Veto himself is not good. So like the unique part or the passive itself kind of sucks on anyone but him in general because it builds off of attack the barrier, and you're not going to build any other defender off of attack. And then it only adds, I'm pretty sure, a debuff extension if you have certain things, so it's just not good. Now Yunos is reliant on crits to be good on himself, but you're most likely going to be running a different skill page than this. I do not think it's good because of the fact that if we really go and check it, debuffer basically applies block HP recovery. Okay, so first of all, you have to get the crit. You have to get lucky with the crit, and then you have only a chance if you get the crit to apply the block HP recovery. And then what it adds here is that you get increased crit damage. If this was crit rate, it would be a lot better than crit damage, but it's crit damage. So what could I say? Then Raya's just increases accuracy, which is not that good, and then it removes buffs. But like if there's a debuff block on the enemy, then it won't do much, so I don't really like it. Jax, I kind of forgot a bit because I haven't really used it. Oh, okay, you have a chance to increase damage on your skill 1. Like skill 1, come on, man, that's not good. Then in defense penetration, that's it. So yeah, no, definitely not good. Now we start getting into the ones that I don't really know. So this one, you have a chance to give yourself HP recovery, so I don't really think that's one you want to run. This one, you get DLT immunity, but I don't think you need DLT immunity. You have much better things that you could possibly use. Now, Nozel's is just a like shitty version of Noel's, in where it applies it has a chance to apply -1 special points to only the attacker when Noel's is the whole team, and it goes up to 100%. So I'd say that it's just a much worse version because it's only one. Then Gifso, if we look at it, I included him, but there was not really a reason to. Oh wait, I mean, yeah, it's like okay, you could use it, but I wouldn't say it's needed. To where it increases HP recovery received, and then increases max HP. So you know, the 5% max HP is just not good at all. Seke's is basically better, so you know that's how I see it. Now the Aqua Blast, whatever, blah blah blah, Breath of Water has a chance to remove debuff when you take damage, so it's just not really that good. And then the last one, ooh, I forgot what it is too, but you have a chance to remove silence and total silence. So that's too situational, especially because you only have a chance. So this is the completed tier list. Remember, I didn't really. What was I gonna say? I'll write whatever else I have to say down below. But this is my completed tier list. Make sure you check the disclaimers, the full disclaimers down below, because I know many of you skipped and I don't think I fully explained it, but this is my list for right now. I might do it again at season 7, 8, or 9. I don't think I'm going to do it every season because these are very tedious, but I'd say every 5 seasons could be fun. Probably will only do it again when Global comes back, but to be fair, many people will be able to rely on this video because that's just how it is. So yeah, anyway, 24 minutes about. Let me just stretch to the 24-minute mark, but season 6 is coming out soon. Very exciting. So like we finished 5 seasons, and this is all the main good skill pages in the game, or usable, runnable ones, besides some of the SSR ones on the bottom. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, you know, add a row below. I'd say these are really just not good. Like to me, there's a difference, right? So yeah, C, D, A, B, C, D. Perfect. I had to do my alphabet. That's a bit embarrassing. But yeah, I'm going to end it off on that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.